Sometimes the biggest story isn't even in the book. It's right there on the cover. Today, we're going to deconstruct how a single image can tell a really complex story of struggle and of hope. Let's dive in.
Okay, so here it is, the cover. Seems pretty simple, right? A book about nutrition and addiction. But if you look closer, every single element, the colors, the words, that central image, it's all been chosen so carefully. So what story is it actually trying to tell us?
But here's the thing. This cover does more than just tell a story. It's actually making a promise. So let's unpack all the different layers of this design and figure out exactly what that promise is and see how all these pieces fit together.
We're going to start with the most direct part of the message, the words themselves. The title alone creates this immediate and pretty fascinating connection.
I mean, just look at that. Nutrition and addiction. Putting those two words right next to each other like that, that's a bold statement. It's not nutrition or addiction, it's and, which suggests they're not just, opposites, but that they're deeply connected concepts. Maybe one even holds the key to the other.
And this is where you really feel that tension. On one hand, you've got nutrition, which makes you think of health, fuel, making good choices. And on the other hand, addiction. Well, that brings up ideas of compulsion, craving, a total loss of control. By smashing them together, the title forces us to think about these conflicting ideas and ask, wait, how could these two possibly be connected?
All right, so that's the text. Now let's talk about the main image. At first glance, you're probably thinking, it's just an apple, right? But as we're about to see, it is so much more than that.
The design uses this glowing, really vibrant apple to pull your eye right in. But the most important detail here, the real key, it's not the apple itself. It's the bite that's been taken out of it. This isn't some perfect, untouched fruit. This is an apple that already has a story to tell.
So this one apple is doing like triple duty here. It's that universal symbol for health and nutrition, an apple a day. But it's also this ancient symbol of temptation, of that first bite, which is such a powerful echo of the theme of addiction. And that missing bite, it tells us a journey is already underway. It's not just about being imperfect, it's about the fact that an experience has already started.
Okay, so we've got the problem, right? This incredible tension between nutrition and addiction, all wrapped up in this one symbol of the apple. But how do we solve it? Well, the cover doesn't just leave us hanging. The answer is right there in the subtitle, giving us a really clear path forward.
And boom, here it is, the promise, spelled out right there for us. This isn't just a book exploring a problem, it's a handbook, it's a guide. That subtitle gives us the how through nutritional and lifestyle interventions. It signals a practical, supportive way to get to recovery.
We can actually boil that whole subtitle down to a really clear 3-step framework. Step 1, acknowledge the misuse, whether it's with food or substances. Step 2, apply nutritional interventions. And step 3, integrate lifestyle interventions. All of a sudden, a long sentence becomes a simple, actionable plan. It makes recovery feel structured and, maybe most importantly, achievable.
All right, so we've picked apart the title, the image, and the subtitle one by one. Now let's zoom back out and put all the pieces together to see the full, cohesive message this cover is sending.
When you look at it now, it's so clear that every single thing on this cover is there for a reason. Nothing is by accident. The provocative title introduces the core conflict. The apple, with that dual symbolism of health and temptation, perfectly captures that conflict. And then the subtitle comes in with the resolution, the path to recovery. It's a complete story right there on the cover.
So, what's the big takeaway from all this? The core message is that recovery isn't just about stopping one behavior. It's a holistic process. It's about using positive, life-affirming tools like nutrition and lifestyle changes to heal the entire person. That right there, that's the promise of this cover.
So, there you have it. A simple apple on a book cover ends up being this incredible symbol for a profound journey of recovery, all rooted in our everyday choices. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other simple choices that we make every single day might hold that same kind of power to completely change our lives? Thanks for joining me to break it down.